When two lines intersect, we have a few relationships that happen. First off, we have something that are called vertical angles. Now, vertical angles are what we get when we have two angles that are on kind of an opposite sides of this intersection, of this particular vertex. So B and C would be considered vertical angles, and when we have vertical angles, these angles are equal to each other. So angle B would be equal to angle C. Similarly, angles A and D are vertical angles, so angle A would be equal to angle D. Okay, so that's vertical angles. Adjacent angles are what we get when we have kind of one line here making up the sides of two different angles that share, they're cut by the same thing. So they're adjacent to each other is really, it's in the language there. So A and C would be considered adjacent angles here. Similarly, A and B would be considered adjacent. And the nice thing about adjacent angles is that they sum to 180 degrees. So if we were to take the measure of angle A and add it to the measure of angle B, since they're adjacent, we know that that would sum to 180 degrees. So this actually, if we have a situation like this, if we know one of these angles, we actually know all four of them. So because A and this angle are vertical angles, we know that that must be a 40-degree angle over here. These two right here are adjacent angles, which means they must sum to 180 degrees. So B plus 40 equals 180. Subtract 40 from both sides, we get B equals 140. So that must be a 140-degree angle. And you could do that again to get this angle over here, or you could recognize that they're vertical angles here, or that those are adjacent angles. There's a bunch of different relationships that all agree with one another. If that one angle was a 40-degree angle, the other ones have to be as I've written here.